Welcome back. Day before the draft. Are you guys excited or what? The rumors, it's not too crazy, but of course, yesterday was swirling with the Julio rumor. So let's take a quick recap of yesterday with the number 3 overall pick, and that is the San Francisco 49ers. I want to go ahead and have some of my Brandon Ayuk stock listed, like this nice orange laser prism here. I'll go ahead and list that for maybe a double or probably like 50% more than what they're selling for now. I've also got 5 prisms. I'll probably pick out a couple lists there. I don't want to list them all. I've got some base optics. I want to list those. I've also taken some flyers at this point on Deebo Samuel on Star Stock. And if George Kittle slides underneath that $50 price point for his base Phoenix rookie card at any point this offseason, I'm definitely going to try and acquire those. Because San Francisco's definitely taking a quarterback, which means their skill position players, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, and George Kittle, are going to benefit. And then with the number 4 overall pick, you've got the Atlanta Falcons. And right here I'm holding an RPA numbered out of 49 of Calvin Ridley, this gold standard. And I believe I bought this card for $15 last summer, and I've been holding it ever since. I'm going to go ahead, have this guy listed, ready to go, because Falcons are a big question mark at their pick. Could they trade back maybe to the Patriots or the Broncos or another team that want to get a QB? Are they sold on Matt Ryan? Now, they have restructured his contract, but he's the only QB on their depth chart. We talked about that, and we talked about the rumors around Julio Jones being traded. And we talked about Hayden Hurst. He had a good season, but they're looking at getting generational talent Kyle Pitts, who's another incredible dual threat tight end who looks generational by all means. And so I think regardless of whether the Falcons draft a quarterback, that's going to help Calvin Ridley. If they trade Julio, that's going to help Calvin Ridley. If they draft Kyle Pitts, that's not going to necessarily hurt Calvin Ridley, because Calvin Ridley last year was number 1 in air yards and opportunity share, and very productive and efficient. Completed air yards, number 1. So Calvin Ridley is an absolute stud that you can feel very good about investing in his cards as a third-year player. So I want to have some of these listed depending on what happens, as well as Matt Ryan. If they trade back and they end up drafting a different skill position, that's very good for Matt Ryan, right? If they draft a QB, that's going to hurt Matt Ryan's stock. So definitely want to have Matt Ryan cards listed, ready to go. And then at that 5th overall pick, you've got the Cincinnati Bengals, who by all accounts are rumored to select Jamar Chase, reunite Joe Burrow with arguably his number 1 man there from 2019 in Jamar Chase, and besides Justin Jefferson, right? Or what I would love to see them do is draft Penei Sewell, offensive tackle out of Oregon. Absolute beast there at offensive tackle. Could play guard or tackle. And that will certainly help all-purpose 2017 rookie Joe Mixon, who's an absolute stud at running back. He could definitely use the blocking help there. And so can Joe Burrow, right? And his knee would be very grateful for it. But, of course, if they take offensive tackle, that's going to help T. Higgins. I think T. Higgins is undervalued in general. Whether they draft Jamar Chase or not, you can feel comfortable investing in his cards. He made Trevor Lawrence look really good in 2019, and a large part of that is T. Higgins. It takes 2 to tango. He did his part. Trevor did his part. So feel good about T. Higgins, Joe Mixon, Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow's prices are certainly elevated right now. I'd be looking at the skill positions. Holy crap, 5-minute intro. All right, let's dig into the next picks, guys. Let's dig in. Football card market. Shots of the different cards you have recently, not too long ago. Baby, let's go. All right, y'all. At the number 6 overall pick is the Dolphins. And right now, Scott Smith got them projected to take Penei Sewell. Certainly, if the Bengals take him, then they're going to have to pivot. Maybe they take Jamar Chase because they could certainly use that weapon for Tua. But the Dolphins were part of the big shakeup with the 49ers, later trading a future first-round pick to the Eagles to move into this spot from 12th overall. And many mocks will have Chase or Pitts going here, but under this scenario, Miami selects the best tackle in the draft and gets some protection for its young quarterback.
We got to closely monitor this situation because right now the Dolphins are rumored to trade back to the Patriots and allow them to trade up because the Patriots are definitely wanting to get a quarterback, and depending on what Atlanta does, the Patriots could want to take Trey Lance or Mac Jones.
So let's dig in and look at the Dolphins depth chart quickly and see if there's any opportunities, see what Tua is trading at. Certainly whether they draft an offensive tackle, Jamar Chase, Kyle Pitts, these are all scenarios that are going to significantly help Tua. And if he's significantly underpriced compared to Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Jalen Hurts, then that's a big opportunity. So let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at who else is on their depth chart that could benefit from the draft as well, and just overall get some hype going into 2021. Miami has got a great coaching staff, and they're on the up and up. I think they're going to be absolute contenders for the playoffs and Super Bowl this coming up season. Miami Dolphins, a little bit more balanced, but 58% pass to run ratio. Ton of shotgun, 80% shotgun, buying Tua some extra time back there. I think they definitely want to get a tackle, man. I love that projection there, that Penei Sewell. I think that would be hugely important. Myles Gaskin is your number one. Myles Gaskin is a pretty young player, 24 years old, out of Washington, drafted in the 7th round, best comparable to Ronald Jones. I like the physical running style, 5'9", 205. Pretty good Spark X, 75th percentile, college dominator, 33.5, 78th percentile. Let's look at what he did well last year. Pretty good opportunity share. He's number 7 in receiving yards. Fantasy points per game, number 10. You look at his advanced receiving, man. He yards per reception, number 1. Catch rate, number 3. Evaded tackles, number 16. Let's take a quick peek at Myles Gaskin on StarStock. Okay, we got him in a prism. The $2 prisms, y'all. Let's pop this open. And I think I'm going to move for StarStock. I want to have myself in here. So let's just go to his name and see what we're trading at. Let's zoom out a little bit. I like that quad look. What do we got on the optic hollows? Now, I'm not a fan of this style, but I do like the fact that he's got the Dolphins logo. And optic hollow, 2 for sale from $12. The base Donruss rated rookie, very sale, 50 cents. Very sale, very cheap. The optic at $2, latest at $1.10. So you could definitely, I could see throwing offers in there at $1.50, getting that. And his prism, just base prism at $3. And it's very much, he had a nice little run. He had some really nice plays, nice little streaks there. I like this a lot, guys, and I could easily see this card going back up to $10, $15 a card on this base prism. So I love the opportunity here around Myles Gaskin. I'll definitely be throwing some flyers out on him. 1, 3 at $3.59. So it's like, 9 offers from $1.20, latest sale 2. Why not come in here and say, I want to go ahead and get 5? I'll even pay $2.50. I'm totally cool with that. And then go back into his name and see what else we can find. If they've got quite a few parallels of the prism. Got the silver prism at 25. That's not bad. Maybe put an offer in there at 15 for a silver prism. That's pretty cool. It's a pretty good deal. I mean, there's a blue wave out of 199 for 22. That's a really good deal because it's serial number to 199. That's a solid little cop right there. Pickup. I mean, even some of these immaculate. Look at this immaculate patch. Cool looking card. I dig it, man. I dig it. And you got the serial number there out of 99. And if you can pick that card up for 15, 20 bucks, hey, that's a win, y'all. So this is a guy, if I'm seeing like, wow, he's pretty low on here. can I find him on Beckett Marketplace for pennies on the dollar? And so I will definitely come over to marketplace.beckett, get in that marketplace and type in 2019 Miles Gaskin. And people are kind of snoozing on this dude. Let's see. There's the base Donruss. Yeah, they got from $64 to $2. That's not a problem. Get to Optic, 1 to 4. Not a huge selection there, but they've got some parallels. Very cheap. I'm looking for, you know, that mother load, that lot, Elite, Leaf Metal, Panini Gold Standard, Panini Contenders Draft Picks, College, Illusions, Rookie Signs. Not bad when, I mean, you can get it at $10, numbered out of 125. That's a good deal for such a rare card. Obsidian numbered out of 75 for $10. You know, RPAs as very, and here we go. Here's some Prism. Draft Picks though. Here we go. 1 to 3. Not a whole lot of supply. So I'd be, yeah, $4. So it's like, hey, I'll just go to Star Stock and load up, you know. Looking at his Optic, base Donruss, the Hollow, the Prism, and then all the variations of the Prism. I'm down with it, man. Star Stock A's for so cheap. I would just kind of stick with that base Prism because it does have the nice little blue Dolphins color associated with it. Alright, so definitely value opportunity there that's going to go up based on that offensive tackle selection. See, or he could just have hype, period. Now, this is the shakeup here. They've got a lot of wide receivers on their depth chart. Devontae Parker, Lynn Bowden Jr. I've definitely bought a lot of because he was so cheap. He's kind of one of those players that wears many hats within the offense. He can scheme him into the run, the pass. He can even throw the ball, play quarterback. He's elusive. Devontae Parker is now, he's starting to get up there in age, man. Dude's 28. But he had a really good bounce back in 2019. Not a terrible year last year either. Only missed 2 games to soft tissue injury. Route participation was number 1. Let's look at what else he did well. Had quite a few drops. 8 drops there, but nothing really jumping off the charts. Number 20 completed air yards. Only route participation, so showing he's getting the opportunity. The Dolphins also added, yeah, you got Preston Williams, Alan Hearns. So just a very mixed match of weapons. And then they added Will Fuller, and Will Fuller is really good. You know, before last year, Will Fuller missed a lot of games every year due to injury. But Will Fuller is good. I mean, you look at his college metrics: 46.7 college dominator, 94th percentile college yards per reception. He's very fast, 4.32, 99th percentile speed score, 6', 186. Small hands, but I mean, he's good at catching the ball. You just look at his injury history: 2017, 3 games; 2018, 10 games; 2019, 4 games, and then, or actually 2019, 6 games, and then in 2020 he was healthy but got popped for performance-enhancing drugs and missed the second half of the season. So only played 11 games. So I saw that when he got traded to the Dolphins, there was definitely an increase in demand for Will Fuller. And his cards are, they're still 5, 6. I mean, people are on the fence, but look at his Prism, and his base Prism in this year are all going to be silver. Let's look at the chart. You know, it's definitely up. September, he was the alpha in Houston beginning of the season last year, so that hype was super high. Cooled off big time. PEDs popped way down. Now he's back up. We see some trades here on Star Stock Bs for $5-6, but the latest sale was $21 on March 19th. People are ready to take that $23 leap of faith on Will Fuller's Prism there. I would definitely be going to eBay, maybe Beckett Marketplace even, and look and see if you can find some dirt cheap deals on Will Fuller there. I'm fine with the price point though on his Select and his optic. I mean, I think that's pretty good. That posed, I've got a little bit of stock there, and you can see it's very much down. And 8.8. I mean, I think that's around suspicions that the Miami's going to select Jamar Chase or Kyle Pitts in the draft. But if they don't, I think that bodes really well for Will Fuller's rookie card. So be ready if they draft a tackle. But regardless of who they draft, it's definitely going to help out Tua Tagovailoa. And when we go and pop over to his page, 389 total trades. The Mosaic at 9.8, that's a Star Stock A. What's his Star Stock A's base dollars at, just to get an idea of that chart? And let's take out that PSA 10 so we can see. So it's on the rise, big time, y'all, big time. And so you definitely want to have your Tuas ready to sell. If you invested, if you invested back here in February, January or December, and you were buying Tuas for under $10, I would go ahead and list some for $30, $40 and see if you can 4 or 5x your money on Tua here after the draft and take this little hype because yeah, I think hype is going to be obviously very high in August, but with this new market that we're in, we don't know what kind of dip we're going to see in May, June, and my whole philosophy is not to get greedy. If I've got 300-400% profit in a card, I'm going to go ahead and take the funds, either put that into getting cards graded or roll that into other guys that are super buy low, so I can continue playing on house money and I'm not keep putting in new money into the system here. So I really like looking at selling, and for some reason the Prism is down to 60, and that's interesting because that should be up, and maybe that's just down because you can probably find his base Prism on eBay and people don't want to take that $83 plunge yet. You can probably go to eBay and find a much cheaper Prism. Not only that, you just had the Select being released, and that's a beautiful set. A lot of people are looking at that. Also had the Optic recently released, and that looks like a very easy grade. And it looked like there was a lot of misprints, and tough to get perfect centering on this Prism. And the Optic and the Select look to be much easier grades. So I think a lot of focus has gone to those sets here recently. But I think look at the difference between a Star Stock A and a PSA 9. If the Star Stock A is selling for $60 to $80, well, the PSA 9 is not selling. You got to offer it at 60. So someone's probably not going to sell it for 180. Maybe August, September they will. They hold it that long, so that's not a bad play. I think I would have some Tuas listed, ready to go. I've got quite a few too.
All right, y'all. At number 7 overall pick in the draft right now, and that's the Lions. And they could trade back. Look, we talked about the Patriots are looking to trade up. The Denver Broncos possibly looking to trade up, just depending on what the Falcons do at number 4. It's big because you got 5 really good quarterbacks in this draft. And we know Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson are going number 2, 1 and 2. Look, almost 99% certain on that. But then that number 3 selection from the 49ers could be Fields, could be Trey Lance, or Mac Jones. And depending on which one's taken, you could see another team like the Patriots trade up, or even, who knows, the Chicago Bears, even though they don't. I mean, look, they traded up for Mitch Trubisky. I don't know. They may trade up for Mac Jones. Who knows? I don't know. That's up in the air. We can't really, we just have to monitor that and be ready. Like I said, that's why it's so important to have cards listed, ready to go, even if it's for double of what they're selling for right now. And if they're listed ready to go. What's the worst that could happen? They don't sell. You revise the price or take the listing down at a later date. But if they do sell and you happen to win, boom, you are sitting really sweet, and you're going to be a really happy card investor and flipper. But at number 7 overall pick is Devonta Smith going to the Lions, and they definitely could use the wide receiver help now, right? They traded Marvin Jones. They traded Kenny Galladay to the Giants, so it's like they definitely need a wide receiver. Pretty much they're left with TJ Hawkinson, a tight end, a really good prospect there. So Micah Parsons may be the pick that jives more with the personality of new head coach Dan Campbell, but the Lions are in desperate need of playmakers, like we talked about. Free agency saw the Lions attempt to replace the loss of Kenny Galladay by bringing in Brashad Perryman and Tyrell Williams. Adding Heisman Trophy winner Devonta Smith would greatly add to an offense with no identity. And Brashad Perryman and Tyrell Williams, you could arguably say those guys have been busts so far in the NFL. Their previously projection was Jalen Waddle, the speedster from Alabama. He's a smaller guy, but he's very fast. Devonta Smith weighed in at 166 pounds, but he is a Heisman Trophy winner. So, there was a lot of rumors around why he wasn't participating in all the pro day events and wanting to hide his weight and this and that. I feel for Detroit Lions fans. Will they ever make the playoffs? Will they ever do something smart? They got the Jared Goff, Ryan Gosling lookalike there, and David Blau and Tim Boyle as backups. Definitely going to be behind shotgun a lot. Definitely going to have a high pass-to-run ratio. The defense isn't good either. DeAndre Swift is my man. I'm investing in there. You got Jamal Williams from Green Bay backing him up. Kerryon Johnson, all-purpose, but he can't handle any kind of workload there. Injuries have riddled him. And I definitely love me some DeAndre Swift. DeAndre Swift, best comparable to Miles Sanders. This dude's an all-purpose running back that I feel good about investing in from Georgia at a young age. And I'm just curious of what I think Swift, from his activity in fantasy and his performance on the field, could definitely lead his cards to being elevated and going up during the season. He's a guy that would be looking to be comfortable holding long term, not for the team scenario he's on, but just for the player that he is. And look at his chart. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, you can grab those for around $5 to $8. Personally, what I've been doing is finding his optic hollows on eBay for very, very reasonable, very much cheaper than what you can find on here. There's not going to be much inventory of that. So I'm really looking at targeting DeAndre Swift throughout the summer and into the season, even if the Lions are just terrible, and trying to find some higher end cards of him just to hold down the road. And it's really it for the Lions right now that I'm looking at. I mean, Devonta Smith is great. If Jared Goff prices get cheap enough, then that could be a buy. Let's just look at what Goff is at on. I mean, his prices didn't benefit at all right out of the gate from the acquisition, from the trade there. Matt Stafford benefited much more. Okay, so we got latest sale at $9 on his base select. His optic, $39.50. Latest sale $25. His base Donruss. And look, compare this to the same rookie year as Carson Wentz. And let's do that comparison real quick, because that's an important comparison. So pop a control click, pop open a new tab, and let's go to Carson Wentz. It's a much better team scenario now in Indianapolis. And what is he at? His Prism's at, holy crap, $250. I made money on his base Donruss. Those are now at $30, $25, $30. His optics are at $38, $39, $40. His selects are at $40. I'd be buying his selects. They need to go up. Prisms. Base are all silver in that year. We look at Jared Goff, and they don't even have Star Stock A. Oh, you got 2 in the vault. Latest sale 45. Latest sale 20 on the Bs. I bet you though you could go over to eBay and you could probably find some really cheap Jared Goff cards. Now, if they draft Devonta Smith, that's definitely going to help Jared Goff, Prism, Jared Goff. Yeah, I mean, look at, okay, 2 days left on that auction. But here's a perfect example right here. I mean, there's a lot of 4, and you're looking at getting that card for 104, so about 30, a little bit less, $25. $25 per card. Here's a numbered out of 99. There's a $75 PSA 9. So very reasonable. $75 PSA 9. And let's even look at the recently sold items. Jared Goff. Yeah, you guys can hear the tone of my voice. Not excited. Would not be excited about buying Jared Goff. But if they get low enough, they get super low, then I mean, look at, here's an auction that just ended 3 days ago at $10. So yeah, I mean, watch your auctions and see what you can snag. Here's a PSA 9 ended for 33 bucks 3 days ago. PSA 10, with the difference there of a PSA 10 selling for 183 or 150 and PSA 9 for 33. What's wrong with people, man? Buy the PSA 9 for 33. Are you kidding me? I mean, have your PSA 10, that's fine. I would buy with that price difference. Even Jeff Wilson over at Sports Card Investor would agree with that. He's made a video on that very topic about the multiplier difference between a 9 and a 10. If it's more than 2, 3, like, come on, that's a no-brainer. That's a 5x difference between a 9 and a 10. Go ahead and get the 9. So there's your analysis there on the Detroit Lions. I think you could make some money on Jared Goff rookie cards. It's just not going to be a whole lot, just because the overall Lions scenario. I love T.J. Hawkinson in that offense, and definitely have had stock in him before. Made money on him last year. He had some really good metrics last year. Look at his route participation, his opportunity, air yards number 8, red zone targets number 7. This is very good. Receptions number 4, receiving yards number 3, complete air yards number 5, unreal. Yards after catch number 4. Awesome. I like me some T.J. Hawkinson. Now, what is his? He's another guy though, like DeAndre Swift. Just be prepared to hold him long term. I like the price point because this chart you're going to see is going to be way down compared to what it was. Yeah, I was selling. This is probably me at the beginning of last season selling at 10, and now they're down under 5. That's fine, man. I would be looking to find me some lots or some nice cards of T.J. Hawkinson. Very much depressed value there. 450. Latest sale $1.45 on his select. I mean, latest sale $1.75 on the helmet off. I'm fine buying those and holding those long term. And I don't think the Devonta Smith acquisition is going to hurt him, really. He's a dual threat tight end.
All right, the last pick we're going to cover in today's video is the number 8 overall pick, and that is the Panthers. The Carolina Panthers predicted to take Trey Lance from North Dakota State. Now, this pick will be heavily dependent on what the 49ers do at number 3, and we talked about that. The Panthers have also recently picked up Sam Darnold. They still have Teddy Bridgewater on the depth chart. So they're also in a position that they could also choose to move up to either number 4 or 7 to get a QB. And in this scenario, Carolina likely takes Trey Lance.
And Trey Lance's skill set would fit well with what the Panthers want to do. His small college sample size may require him to sit a year behind Teddy Bridgewater.
Hope you guys are having a good Wednesday. Like I said, tune in tonight to the Comeback Card Investor and Ziggy. I'll be on his channel, Comeback Card Investor channel, talking about all this stuff. See what kind of questions he's got. Sam Darnold, the Lego man at number 1. Teddy Bridgewater, the backup there. PJ Walker, Will Greer. Certainly, if they take a QB, then that's going to have big implications for pretty much all of the weapons that we like here. They picked up David Moore from Seattle. That's an interesting pickup there at the flanker position. Robbie Anderson, man, very skilled wide receiver to split in. DJ Moore still going to be your alpha there in that offense. As you guys know, I have some very nice DJ Moore stock. Want to go ahead and have those listed and ready to go. I've got some field level silver. I've got some numbers, serial numbered select. I want to go ahead and get these DJ Moores listed ahead of Thursday night because I think that you could see a big pop. Now, like, why am I not talking about Robbie Anderson as much? Because his rookie card selection is very limited. I think DJ Moore has already seen an increase in his rookie card price. Let's look. The base rated rookie at $250. That's very, very cheap. Let's go ahead and pop in his player profile on StarStock. His overview here is his prisms are at $1250. His StarStock A rated rookie is at $250. His optic is at $9. His select is selling for around $10. So I'm looking at growth in all of these cards. That select premier is selling around 15, 16. The silver 28. There's the field level, and the field level is at, oh, these are my listings. Okay, I feel confident those will sell. Like I said, I've got my stock in DJ Moore. I've got prisms. I've got 7 prisms there, 6 1A, 6B. I've got 10 A optics, 1B. I've got a 2 silver concourse. I've got base concourse. I've got the field level. I've got one of the silver premieres. And I've got some base Donruss at the 250. Holy cow, 263 cards in the vault, 82 for sale from 250. Big supply there, guys, big supply. 28 of them listed at $3. So if somebody snagged a mother load or had a mother load somewhere they sent in. But that's pretty low. I mean, compared this card, because it's got the helmet off and everything, and you compare that to the optic, I think this card's going to fly up, especially when they get a QB. Let's look at where this card was in September at its highest. It was at just right at 450. So you're going to see that card get back there for sure, especially after they draft a new QB. And that's what all likelihood it looks like what they're going to do. The Panthers really, really need that. They desperately need that. And I don't think they're sold on Sam Darnold. I'm certainly not. Or Teddy Bridgewater. But there's still potential for those guys down the road in this system. Who knows? Let's look at Robbie Anderson, and let's also look at Christian McCaffrey. There's not much for Robbie Anderson, you see. So you really have to go do the ComC thing with Robbie Anderson to see what's available, because I like Robbie Anderson. I think he's very, very good wide receiver. And then we're, Robbie Anderson and rookie card, and they've only got 2 in here. Both are going to be this championship ticket from Contenders. 8 from 25. That's what you're looking at. But this is an autographed card. It's not a bad, but in this
scenario, let's go ahead and include sold out. Want to do that and look at what he was printed in. Just a bunch of different contenders. That's his rookie card, and they're all going to be autographed. So this is a scenario where you definitely want to go to 26-16 contenders. Robbie Anderson. See what they got on here. I mean, the supplies is very limited. We're looking at recently sold today, yesterday, 2 days ago, 26, 25, 35, 30. So be prepared. Here's a sold on that was back on March 23rd. His cards are going to go up based on a QB pick. Christian McCaffrey. He's should make a bounce back this year, man. I hope he doesn't get the injury bug again for his sake. You know, it's not going to hurt my Buccaneers' feelings. Let's look at what his Prism chart has done, and see if there's any buying opportunities there. I think some people are nervous to go in at this price point at $150 on a Star Stock A, or that's a PSA 9, SGC 9.5. Yeah, I mean, the last sale March 1st, $150. That's just really steep for a running back that's now going into his 4th year, and it's tough. I would be looking at just go straight to the optic of this year, and that's not bad right there. That's $60. Even the B, I like this B for 20. Let's look at that chart. Let's keep the 9 in there. Yeah, it's just kind of crazy, man. The hype is just always going to continue to be there for this guy until, like, if he gets hurt again this year, major injury, something happens to him, he doesn't perform well, which is highly unlikely for Christian McCaffrey. He's an incredible all-purpose running back. Then that's gonna be down. I don't know if people will ever be back in on him as high as the prices are right now. That's really where I'm targeting on the Panthers.
This just in, the Panthers traded Teddy Bridgewater to the Denver Broncos for a 6th-round pick. So this is really going to mix things up. I think the Panthers are definitely going after a QB, and the Broncos, are they going to start Teddy Bridgewater, or is he going to be a backup and the Broncos are still going to go after a QB themselves? Now between Bridgewater and Drew Lock, I like Bridgewater better than Drew Lock, that's for sure.
They're going to be forced to throw the ball a lot, that's for sure. So let's go ahead and cut this video here, guys. Like I said, tune in tonight, and I will see you guys again very shortly. Peace.